In a distant galaxy, a human spaceship drifted through the vast darkness of space. The crew was excited and nervous. They were explorers, eager to discover new worlds. The ship, named SS Horizon, was equipped with advanced technology, but nothing could prepare them for what lay ahead. As they traveled, they marveled at the beauty of the stars and the mystery of the universe. Captain Emma Reynolds stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the view screen. "Prepare for entry into the Zalorian system," she commanded. The crew, consisting of scientists, engineers, and soldiers, quickly followed her orders. They had been traveling for months, and their mission was simple: to explore and gather information about new planets. As they entered the Zalorian system, the sensors picked up several planets orbiting a bright blue star. One planet stood out among the rest. It was lush and green, with vast oceans and towering mountains. "This looks promising," said Dr. Ben Carter, the ship's botanist. "I can't wait to see what kinds of plants and animals are there." But as they approached the planet, the ship's sensors detected strange readings. "We're not alone," reported Lieutenant Sarah Khan, the ship's navigator. "There are multiple ships in orbit around the planet." The crew fell silent, their hearts racing. "Let's scan them," Captain Reynolds ordered. The crew worked quickly, their fingers flying over the control panels. The images on the view screen revealed a fleet of alien ships, each unlike anything they had ever seen. They were sleek and sharp, glimmering in the starlight. "What do you think they want?" whispered Alex, the ship's engineer. "They might see us as a threat," Dr. Carter said. "We should proceed with caution." The captain nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. She knew that first contact with an alien species could be dangerous. "Let's try to communicate. Open a channel," she commanded. As the crew prepared to send a message, a sudden jolt rocked the SS Horizon. "We're being scanned!" Sarah shouted, panic in her voice. "Shields up!" Reynolds yelled. The crew quickly activated the ship's defenses. They could see the alien ships moving closer, their weapons powered up and ready. "Captain, they're locking onto us," Sarah warned. "Get us out of here! Engage engines!" Reynolds shouted. The SS Horizon shook as it tried to break free from the alien ships. But it was too late. One of the alien ships fired a warning shot across their bow, a bright beam of energy that lit up the dark void of space. "This is not a drill," Captain Reynolds announced. "Prepare for battle stations!" The crew scrambled into action, adrenaline pumping through their veins. They knew they had to defend their ship, but they also wanted to avoid conflict. "Maybe we can show them we mean no harm," Dr. Carter suggested. "Now is not the time for peace talks," Lieutenant Khan snapped, her fingers dancing over the controls. "We need to survive this!" Suddenly, the alien ship stopped advancing. A larger ship moved to the front of the fleet. It was adorned with colorful markings and symbols that none of the crew could decipher. The captain took a deep breath. "What now?" she asked, trying to stay calm. "Let's send a message again," suggested Dr. Carter. "Maybe they'll understand." With a nod from the captain, the crew sent a simple message: "We come in peace." They waited anxiously, hoping for a response. After a tense moment, the larger alien ship responded. A beam of light shot out and enveloped the SS Horizon. "They're scanning us," Sarah said, eyes wide with fear. The captain watched the screen closely. "Let's hope they see that we're not a threat." As the light faded, the crew realized they were still intact. But the feeling of dread hung in the air. Would the aliens accept them, or would they see humans as predators in this new world? The crew held their breath, waiting for what would come next. The galaxy had just opened up, and they were at its doorstep, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The crew of the SS Horizon watched in silence as the larger alien ship hovered in front of them. A sense of uncertainty filled the bridge. Captain Emma Reynolds knew this was a pivotal moment for humanity. They had come to explore, but now they were on the brink of something much bigger. First contact with an alien species. "Captain, they are sending a transmission," reported Lieutenant Sarah Khan, her fingers dancing over the controls. The crew leaned closer to the screen, their hearts racing with anticipation. "Let's hear it," Reynolds commanded. The ship's speakers crackled to life, and a series of strange sounds echoed through the bridge. It was a mix of deep tones and melodic whistles, unlike any language they had ever heard. Dr. Ben Carter furrowed his brow. "I can't make sense of it. It's not even close to human language." "Try to analyze the patterns," Reynolds urged. "We need to understand what they are saying." As Sarah worked diligently, the crew exchanged nervous glances. They were explorers, but this was uncharted territory. Just then, the screen flickered and a holographic image appeared before them. The alien figure was tall and slender, with shimmering green skin and large, expressive eyes. It had an elegant presence, radiating both authority and curiosity. "I am Zaloth, leader of the Zarian Alliance," the alien spoke, its voice a mix of soft tones and echoes. "Zaloth," Reynolds repeated, trying to maintain her composure. "I am Captain Emma Reynolds of the SS Horizon. We come in peace." The alien's eyes narrowed, studying the humans intently. "Your presence in this galaxy is unexpected. Many fear the unknown. What is your purpose?" Reynolds took a deep breath. "We are explorers. We seek knowledge and friendship. We mean no harm." Zaloth's expression softened, but the tension in the air remained. "You are not the first newcomers we have encountered. Many come seeking power. What makes you different?" Dr. Carter stepped forward. "We believe in understanding and cooperation. Our past has shown us that working together can lead to great achievements." The alien leader considered this for a moment. "Your words are intriguing, but we must be cautious. Our galaxy has seen too much conflict." Reynolds nodded, sensing the gravity of the situation. "I understand your concerns. Perhaps we can share knowledge to build trust. Let us show you who we are." Zaloth tilted its head, curiosity shining in its eyes. "Show me." The crew sprang into action, eager to make a good impression. They began by displaying images and videos of Earth, showcasing its beauty, diverse cultures, and advancements in technology. The alien watched with interest as scenes of bustling cities, serene landscapes, and humans working together unfolded on the screen. "What are these creatures?" Zaloth asked, pointing at a video of children playing in a park. "Those are humans," Dr. Carter replied with a smile. "We are a diverse species, each with our own unique talents and cultures." As the presentation continued, the crew shared stories of their achievements, from space exploration to scientific discoveries. Zaloth listened attentively, occasionally nodding in understanding. But the moment was interrupted when alarms blared throughout the ship. "Captain, we have incoming ships!" Sarah shouted, her voice tense. "On screen!" Reynolds commanded. A swarm of smaller alien ships, much like the ones they had seen before, approached rapidly. "They're not with Zaloth," Sarah confirmed, fear evident in her eyes. "They look hostile." "Zaloth, we need your help," Reynolds pleaded. The alien leader's expression shifted to one of determination. "We cannot let them harm you. Follow my lead." Zaloth signaled to its fleet and the Zarian ships moved into formation, protecting the SS Horizon. The humans watched in awe as the alien vessels positioned themselves strategically around them. The rival ships opened fire, but the Zarian Alliance returned fire with precision. "Stay close to us," Zaloth instructed. The battle raged on, and the crew of the SS Horizon took positions, ready to assist their new allies. Reynolds felt a surge of hope. Perhaps this first contact would not only be about peace, but also about survival. As they fought together, humanity and the Zarian Alliance began to forge a bond, united against a common enemy. The stars above them sparkled, a reminder of the unknown challenges that lay ahead, but also of the possibilities that awaited them in this vast galaxy. The battle in space raged on, lights flashing and explosions ringing in the emptiness of the void. Captain Emma Reynolds gripped the controls of the SS Horizon, her heart pounding as she coordinated with Zaloth and the Zarian Alliance. Together they fought off the incoming ships that threatened their newfound peace. "Captain, the hostile ships are moving in!" Lieutenant Sarah Khan shouted from her station. The view screen showed chaotic scenes as laser blasts illuminated the darkness, tearing through the void. "Redirect power to the shields. We can't let them breach us," Reynolds commanded. The crew sprang into action, working as a cohesive unit. Each person knew their role and executed it with precision. Zaloth's ship moved gracefully alongside the SS Horizon, its crew working in perfect harmony. "Stay close to us, Captain Reynolds," Zaloth's voice came through the comms. "We will protect you." The Zarian ships danced around the enemy vessels, firing precise shots that disabled many of the hostile ships. But the battle was not over yet. "Two ships are breaking through the line," Sarah warned, panic rising in her voice. "They're heading straight for us!" "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," Reynolds ordered, gripping the edge of her console. The SS Horizon twisted and turned, dodging blasts as it tried to shake off the attackers. Just then, one of the enemy ships unleashed a powerful energy blast. It struck the SS Horizon's shields, sending a shock wave through the vessel. The crew stumbled but quickly regained their footing. "Shields holding at 50%, Sarah shouted, her eyes wide. Reynolds glanced at Zaloth's ship. "We need to end this fight. Any suggestions?" Zaloth paused, deep in thought. "We have a strategy. If we can draw them into a tight formation, we can trap them and disable their systems." "Let's do it," Reynolds replied, trusting her new ally. "Sarah, coordinate with the Zarians. We need to create a diversion." With renewed determination, the SS Horizon and the Zarian ships executed their plan. They split into two groups, drawing the enemy closer together. The hostile ships, eager to attack, fell for the trap. "Now!" Zaloth ordered. The Zarian ships unleashed a torrent of energy blasts, striking the enemy vessels and creating a dazzling display of lights and explosions. The two remaining hostile ships found themselves caught in the crossfire. As the chaos unfolded, Reynolds felt a surge of relief. The tide of battle was turning. "We did it!" she exclaimed, but her joy was short-lived. A massive ship, larger than anything they had faced, emerged from the shadows of the battle. Its dark hull was intimidating, and it bore the same insignia as the hostile ships. "That doesn't look good," Sarah said, her voice trembling. "Prepare for anything," Reynolds warned. The new ship opened fire, targeting the Zarian vessels. "We need to regroup!" Zaloth shouted, urgency filling its voice. Reynolds and Zaloth quickly communicated, devising a plan to deal with this unexpected threat. "We'll use a combination of our ships to outmaneuver them," Reynolds said, her mind racing. As they positioned their vessels for a coordinated attack, the enemy ship unleashed a barrage of fire. The SS Horizon shook violently, and alarms blared throughout the ship. "Shields down to 20%, Sarah yelled. "Hold on! We can't give up now!" Reynolds shouted back, determination fueling her resolve. The crew worked frantically, firing at the incoming ship while Zaloth's forces created diversions. Just then, Dr. Ben Carter noticed something strange on the sensors. "Captain, I'm picking up a weak signal from that ship." "What kind of signal?" Reynolds asked, curious. "It looks like a distress signal," Carter replied, confusion etched on his face. "Could they be calling for help?" Reynolds pondered, her mind racing. Zaloth's eyes widened. If they are in distress, it might mean they are not acting on their own. "Let's try to communicate," Reynolds suggested. "Maybe we can find out what's happening." With Zaloth's approval, they sent out a message, hoping for a response. "This is Captain Emma Reynolds of the SS Horizon. We mean no harm. Are you in trouble?" The hostile ship paused momentarily, its weapons still trained on them. Then, unexpectedly, the firing stopped. A voice crackled through the comms, shaky and filled with fear. "Help us! We're not your enemies." "We were forced to fight." Reynolds looked at Zaloth, both shocked and hopeful. "They need our help." In that moment, everything changed. The crew realized that they were not just fighting for survival. They were fighting to uncover the truth behind the galaxy's turmoil. Together, they could change the course of history. The SS Horizon floated in the silence of space, surrounded by Zarian ships. Captain Emma Reynolds stood at the bridge, her heart racing as they prepared for the next steps after hearing the distress signal. The air was thick with tension and uncertainty. Zaloth's voice broke through the silence. "We must understand what has happened. The war in this galaxy runs deeper than we thought." The Zarian leader's expression was serious, showing a mix of concern and determination. "Agreed," Reynolds replied, glancing at her crew. "We need to find out who is behind this conflict and why the other ships were attacking us." Dr. Ben Carter, still monitoring the signals, spoke up. "The distress signal came from a small ship heavily damaged. It's nearby, Captain. They might have valuable information." "Sarah, plot a course to their location," Reynolds ordered. "We need to get there quickly." The crew moved swiftly, each member focused on their task. As the SS Horizon approached the damaged ship, Reynolds felt a mix of excitement and fear. This was their chance to uncover the truth about the war. When they reached the small ship, it looked battered and broken. The hull was scorched and the lights flickered weakly. "Open a channel," Reynolds commanded. "Channel open," Sarah confirmed. "Hello? This is Captain Emma Reynolds of the SS Horizon. We're here to help," she said, hoping to calm the crew on the damaged ship. A moment later, a voice crackled through the speaker, weak and trembling. "We are survivors. Our ship was attacked by the Valrath. They forced us to fight, but we did not want this war." "Who are the Valrath?" Reynolds asked, eager for more information. They are ruthless conquerors. They seek to control the galaxy and will destroy anyone in their way, the voice replied. We were taken from our home and forced into their fleet. They threatened us if we did not comply. Reynolds exchanged glances with Zaloth. We need to rescue them, she said firmly. We can't let the Valrath continue their tyranny. Yes, Zaloth agreed, its eyes shining with determination. But we must be careful. The Valrath are strong and ruthless. The SS Horizon and the Zarian ships began to strategize their next move. They decided to work together to rescue the survivors and gather more information about the Valrath. Dr. Carter, can you get a reading on their ship's systems? Reynolds asked. I'll try, Carter replied, his fingers flying over the controls. After a moment, he looked up. They're running low on power, but we can transfer energy from our ship to theirs. Let's do it, Reynolds ordered. As they began the energy transfer, the crew of the small ship slowly came to life. They thanked the SS Horizon crew for their help. One of them, a tall figure with blue skin and vibrant markings, stepped forward. I am Tarek, the captain of this ship. We are grateful for your assistance. We need to join forces, Reynolds said. If we are going to stop the Valrath, we must work together. Tarek nodded, determination in his eyes. We have information about their base. It's heavily guarded, but we can't let fear control us. We will fight back. The crew gathered in a conference room discussing their plan. They learned that the Valrath base was located on a nearby planet. It was a heavily fortified structure, and any attack would require careful planning. We'll need to strike fast and hard, Zaloth stated. Surprise is our best weapon. Reynolds agreed. We can't give them a chance to react. We'll coordinate our forces to attack simultaneously from multiple directions. The atmosphere in the room shifted as hope grew. The humans and Zarians, once strangers, were becoming allies. Each crew member felt the weight of their responsibility as they prepared for the upcoming battle. As the plan came together, Reynolds couldn't help but feel a sense of unity. This fight was not just for their own survival, it was for the future of the galaxy. Remember, this is not just a battle against the Valrath. It is a fight for freedom, Reynolds said, her voice strong and resolute. With their plans set, the combined fleet of the SS Horizon and the Zarian Alliance prepared to launch their attack. As they moved towards the Valrath base, tension filled the air, but so did a sense of purpose. In the depths of space, the war that had been hidden for so long was about to unfold. The fate of many depended on this moment, and together, humans and Zarians were ready to face the darkness. The SS Horizon soared through space, its engines roaring as it neared the Valrath base. Captain Emma Reynolds stood at the bridge, her heart pounding with anticipation. All the crew members were ready for this moment. This was not just a fight for their survival, it was a fight for freedom across the galaxy. Captain, we're in position, Lieutenant Sarah Khan reported, her fingers dancing across the control panel. Good, Reynolds replied, her voice steady. Let's go over the plan one more time. Zaloth stood beside her, its blue skin glowing in the dim light of the bridge. We will split our forces. The SS Horizon will lead the assault on the main gate, while Tarek and the Zarians will create a distraction on the west side. This way, we can confuse the Valrath and breach their defenses. Reynolds nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. We will move quickly and decisively. Everyone stay sharp and follow my lead. With a collective sense of determination, the crew prepared for battle. The ships moved into formation, their weapons charged and ready. As they approached the planet, they could see the Valrath base looming in the distance. It was a massive fortress surrounded by towering walls and watchtowers. Enemy ships detected, Sarah shouted, her eyes wide. They're mobilizing to intercept us. Keep our shields up and prepare for evasive maneuvers, Reynolds commanded. The SS Horizon swerved gracefully, dodging incoming fire as they closed in on the base. The crew worked together like a well-oiled machine, each person fulfilling their role in perfect harmony. Now, Zaloth shouted through the comms, signaling the Zarian ships to begin their assault. A flurry of laser fire erupted as the Zarian ships engaged the enemy. Explosions lit up the dark sky, casting a vibrant glow on the surface of the planet. The Valrath forces were caught off guard, struggling to defend themselves. Now is our chance, Reynolds yelled, her adrenaline surging. Full speed ahead! The SS Horizon charged towards the main gate, and just as they reached it, the crew braced for impact. The ship slammed into the gate, breaking through with a deafening crash. Alarms blared throughout the vessel, but Reynolds felt a rush of triumph. Forward! Let's take the fight to them, she shouted, leading her crew into the heart of the base. As they entered the fortress, the corridors echoed with the sounds of battle. Valrath soldiers rushed to defend their stronghold, but the combined forces of humans and Zarians pushed forward with unwavering resolve. "Watch your flanks," Sarah called out as they moved deeper into the base. "We can't let them surround us!" Reynolds fought alongside her crew, her heart filled with a fierce determination. The training and teamwork they had developed paid off as they overwhelmed the Valrath guards. Each encounter only fueled their momentum, and soon they reached the command center. "Secure the area," Reynolds ordered as they moved into the control room. The Valrath leaders were there, huddled together, panic etched on their faces. "Stop! You cannot win!" one of them shouted, their voice trembling. "We are too powerful!" Reynolds stepped forward, her eyes fierce. "You underestimate us. We fight for our freedom and we will not back down." Just then, Tarek and the Zarian forces burst into the room, joining Reynolds and her crew. "Your reign of terror ends today," Tarek declared, raising its weapon defiantly. The Valrath leaders exchanged nervous glances, realizing they were cornered. With no way to escape, they surrendered. As the crew secured the command center, cheers erupted in the corridors of the base. Reynolds felt a wave of relief wash over her. They had done it. They had defeated the Valrath and taken back control. "Let's send a message to the galaxy," Reynolds said, her voice strong. "No one should have to live in fear again. We will unite against tyranny." With their victory in hand, the crew of the SS Horizon celebrated, their spirits high. But Reynolds knew this was just the beginning. They had sparked a movement, a beacon of hope in a galaxy long overshadowed by darkness. As they made plans to help rebuild and restore peace, Reynolds felt a deep sense of pride in her crew. Together they had shown that when united, even the greatest challenges could be overcome. In that moment, as the sun rose over the newly liberated base, Reynolds knew that humanity, alongside their new allies, was ready to take its place as the apex predators of the galaxy, guardians of freedom, strength, and unity. Together they would ensure that their voices would be heard and the galaxy would know peace once more.